Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see configuration analyzer for protection policies in EOP, that is Exchange Online Protection, and Microsoft Defender for Office 365. Alright, so configuration analyzer in the Microsoft Defender portal provides a central location to find and fix security policies where the settings are less secure than the standard protection and strict protection profile settings in preset security policies. So let me just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. Alright, I am logged on to the portal. So when you are on security.microsoft.com, you just go to email and collaboration, you click on policies and rules, and then you click on threat policies, and you will see configuration analyzer. So there the following types of policies are analyzed by the configuration analyzer. First are the Exchange Online Protection policies, which includes Microsoft 365 organizations with Exchange Online mailboxes and standalone Exchange Online Protection organization without Exchange Online mailboxes, which are anti-spam policies, anti-malware policies, EOP anti-phishing policies. Same way for Microsoft Defender for Office 365 policies, which includes organizations with M365 E5 or Defender for Office 365 add-on subscriptions. So the standard and strict policy settings values that are used as baseline are described in the recommended settings that you can also read on the Microsoft documentation. Okay. So as mentioned, configuration analyzer can help identify issues in your current configuration and help improve the policies for better security. Make sure that you need to be assigned permissions before you can do the procedures that I'll share in this video. So you need to have, either you can set up Microsoft Defender XDR unified role-based access control permissions, or you can have email and collaboration permissions in the Microsoft Defender portal. You can have Exchange Online permissions so that you can have view-only configuration management. And if you will talk about Microsoft Entra permissions, you should have the global administrator, security administrator, global reader or security reader role. How to use the configuration analyzer? That first you will come to this place. So the configuration analyzer page has three main tabs, which is standard recommendation, strict recommendations, and configuration drift analysis and history. So standard is it will compare your existing security policies to the standard recommendations. Okay. And then you can adjust your settings values to bring them up to the same level as standard. And the strict is it will compare your existing security policies to the strict recommendations. And then for configuration drift, it will audit and track policy changes over time. So if I talk about anti-spam policies, right? So if I filter it, I'll filter it for only anti-spam policies. I'm talking about strict recommendation, right? So we recommend configuring high confidence spam detection actions to quarantine messages. High confidence spam detection action, move to junk email folder, view policy. It will take me to the policy that is configured onto the anti-spam policies. Okay, that is where you will make changes, and you can check the recommended settings for the same standard policy that has been enabled or onto the documentation. Okay, now if you'll close it, so you can start recommendations and strict recommendations tabs in the configuration analyzer. So the first section of the tab displays the number of settings in each type of policy that need improvement as compared to standard or strict recommendations. You see the type of policies, if you will filter, is anti-spam, anti-phishing, anti-malware, DKIM, built-in protection, Outlook. And so if a policy type and number is not shown here, right? Anti-spam, anti-phishing, DKIM, Outlook, then all of your policies of that type meet the recommended setting of standard or strict protection. The rest of the tab is the table of settings that need to be brought up to the level standard or strict protection. So if I go to standard, anti-spam policy 6, anti-spam policy change 7 to 6. If I'll click it, it says the difference between bulk and spam is often subjective. decreasing the bulk complaint level, which is BCL threshold, can block more messages. But a BCL threshold that's too low might block too much email. Bulk email threshold, I've set it to 7. And if you will view the policy, so it says the name of the affected policy that contains the setting, the name of the setting that requires your attention, policy type, current configuration, when was it last modified, and the status. And it will also list the name of the affected policy. It will also list the why, the information about why we recommend the value for the setting, and then the policy. Here it is. Description, bulk email spam action on, bulk email threshold 7, URL to biz or info websites off. These are the settings, and it tells me to change it from 7 to 6. Okay, or I can turn it off, edit the actions, and then you can take action on a recommended policy setting. So there are some recommendations that you will get an option to apply the recommendation. Let's say, let me see this, anti-phishing. Sometimes you will get an option to apply the recommendation if the recommendation does not require multiple steps. If it does, then this option is grayed out. And you can export the selected recommendations to a CSV file and then select export. And then if you would see the configuration drift analysis and history, this tab allows you to track the changes to your security policies and how those changes compare to the standard or strict settings. So by default, you would see last modified, modified by, setting name, policy type, configuration change, configuration drift. Okay, and then you can export if there are any settings. I don't have it, so still it showed me something. All right. So this is where I wanted to talk about configuration analyzer under policies and rules, and then threat policies. In the coming videos, we'll talk about more of the settings that are available under threat policies. And I hope this video was informative for all of you guys. If you need any further answers on your queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.